You know it, you love it. Actually, you probably hate it. It's the 400 IM. This event has a unique nickname in the swimming world, the Decathlon of swimming. But could we make a true swimming decathlon? The University of Texas men held their annual Quadrathlon at the start of September. This featured a dominating performance from Shaine Casas, who put up an astounding 5,166 points to become the first swimmer to ever cross the 5,000 point threshold. But wait, what? Points? What are you talking about? This isn't diving. Well, that's because rather than using a simple aggregate time to determine the winner, Texas actually uses a pretty unique scoring system. You see, each event has a base time that Eddie Reese came up with back in the 80s, which hasn't changed since they were set. Those base times are all worth 1,000 points. For every 1/100th faster, the swimmers earn an additional point, while for every 100th slower, they lose a point. In theory, this allows for a more fair comparison than a simple aggregate time. But using this scoring format, could we expand it out to a full 10 events and make ourselves our very own swimming decathlon? I say we keep the 450s to start. This showcases the swimmer's ability to sprint across all 4 strokes, and that's important. In a similar vein for our next 4 events, we're going to add the 4 200s a stroke. It's the same idea as the 50s, but rather than relying on pure sprint speed, we're going to have more of a focus on mid-distance racing ability. Now that we've adequately tested the swimmers in all 4 strokes individually, we need to see how well they can put it all together in one race. So next up, we're adding the 200 IM. With sprint, mid-distance, and IM taken care of, all we have left is everyone's favorite swimming food group to completely zone out during. Distance. I'm allowed to make that joke. I was a distance swimmer. If I see any sprinters repeating that sentiment in the comments, and I'm going to throw hands. Now, I'm not going to be too ridiculous and suggest that we add the 1650 or anything. The 1,000 will do. Now, obviously, with the different length of events, we have to make a few tweaks to the scoring format. Otherwise, the winner is going to be the best 1,000 and 200 swimmers. If we keep the same method of 1/100 scoring 1 point in a 50-yard race, we can actually just scale that math up for the longer races. So in all the 200-yard races, every 1/100th is now worth 1/4 of a point. And in the 1,000, every 2 100ths is worth 1/100th of a point. Now, since I'm not Eddie Reese, I can't come up with times that are perfectly consistent with the existing standards. So instead, I plugged the existing standards into the USA Swimming PowerPoint calculator and got the points results. Those events averaged out to 736.75 points. I decided to use the value of 750 for a nice round number. Then I went through and found the time in every event that came out to 750 PowerPoints. What do you guys think of my decathlon lineup? If any teams out there actually decide to try this, please let us know. I'd love to see the results. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with all the latest swimming news. Actually, if you do look at the events that make up the track and field lineup, my version is missing something. That's right, throw at the 200 IM. We're doing 6 dives off a 1 meter. Just set a score standard of equivalent difficulty of my times. Then every point away is a point added or subtracted. What could go wrong?